And I'm going to repeat what I just said. So, hi, everybody, and welcome to the information session for People Power Places Working Group. And I'm going to keep letting people in as we go. So, next slide, please, Sam. So, I knew this slide was coming, which is why I haven't really introduced, but my name is Anna Casimir. I am the Participatory Democracy Coordinator here at Newham Council, and I work on people-powered places. And I'll pass over to my colleague Cole Suma.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kosima Mia, so I'm the Community Neighbourhood Senior Officer for Manor Park area.
Hello everyone, my name is Samantha Ulysses and I am the Community Neighbourhood Senior Officer for Beckton and Royal Docks.
Hi everyone, I'm Dilawar Hussain. I'm also a Community Neighbourhood Senior Officer and I work in the Green Street neighbourhood. Passing back to Anna.
Great. So yes, you can see we're from all across the borough doing lots of amazing things. And if you are successful, you'll be working very closely with your community neighbourhood senior officer, so you'll get to know them very well. So just a bit of housekeeping. Have I recorded? Yes, I have. As I said, it'll be like we are recording, but please keep your camera on if you feel comfortable. It always helps us feel more connected. Please keep your mic on mute if you're not speaking. It just helps with the audio so we can hear each other or hear the person who's speaking more clearly. You can ask questions at any time. You can send a message in the chat function, putting your hand up. And of course, we've got people from all different ages, backgrounds, etc. So please be kind and respectful. There is no such thing as a silly question in this space. And if something isn't working or you're not sure, just send myself, Kulsuma, or Sam a message just to say if you've need any tech support, so we can come and help you as much as we can. We are experts by experience, so we'll probably be learning along with you. Right, next slide, please. So what we will cover today, we'll be covering what People Power Places is. It might be completely new to you. You might be really familiar with it. Then we'll go into what the working group is. You'll get an opportunity to hear from working group members. We'll talk you through how to apply and then an opportunity to ask any questions. I've just seen a message in the chat. Susan, this isn't a meeting with Denzel. I hope you find it, but you're very welcome to stay. I'm not sure how that happened.
Sorry, the meeting with Denzel is at Jack Horner Community Centre. So you need to connect.
So I'll go there now. Thank you, Kulsuma. Thank you, everyone. Have a pleasant evening. Bye-bye.
Oh, thank you, Susan. I'm so pleased that you were here to know that, Kulsuma, because I was thinking, wow,
Yes.
how has Zoom brought you to a different meeting?
No, that's okay. That's okay. But thank you anyway. Do have a pleasant evening. Good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
So next slide, please. So we're going to do a little icebreaker just to get to know you all a bit better. So I'm going to launch a poll. Relaunch poll. So this is just to get to know you. So there are 3 questions. How long have you lived, worked, or studied in Newham for? So it could be in the poll, you could see under a year, 1 to 5 years, 5 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, or 30 plus years. I always find that a really interesting question. The second question, so you just have to keep scrolling down, is on a scale to 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, how much do you know about People Power Places? Be as honest as you like. This is what today is about as well, sharing information. And then what have we got? On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, how much do you know about being on the working group? So I can see most of you have already responded. So I'll give it another minute or two. You're very quick.
Sorry, I haven't actually got that in front of me.
Ooh, are you
I did
joining?
one. Sorry to interrupt. I did one, the 10 to 20 years, and then it just went.
Oh, okay. Not to worry. This is just an icebreaker. It's not a test.
Okay.
So you can't see the poll either. Are you joining people who can't see? Are you joining on your phone or on a computer,
Tablet.
tablet?
Joining from my phone.
Well, feel free to put it into the chat what your answers are. You can see the questions on the slide. So on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, how much you know about people, power, places. And then also, oh look, Sam's put a link in as well. Thanks, Sam.
And just let me know if you can access the link in the chat.
Right, I'm going to give it maybe 10 more seconds because 43 have responded. Well, 91% have responded, which is great. Oh, 90, 45. And there is, okay, I'm going to end it now. And I can share the results. So I'm hoping everyone, oh, can you see the results? I'm getting some nods, great. So lots of people have been here for over 10 years, but we've got a few people who've, you know, pretty recent, under a year, 1 to 5 years. So that's great. Lots of different experiences and depth of experiences of Newham. Oh, we've got a real spread of like what people know about People Power Places. Some people don't know anything. A lot of people around the 7 mark. So yeah, hopefully today you'll go away feeling more enlightened about it. And what do you know about the working group? Most people are at 0, so great. I feel like today we shall hopefully shed some light on what this is all about. So you've come to the right place. Thank you for that, everybody. Right. Now, I'm also need to apologize that I've got a cold. I've got that cold that's going around, so I'm conscious that I'm sniffing. So sorry. Right. Next slide, please, Sam. So what is People Power Places? So it is Newham's participatory budgeting programme, and it's one of the largest in the UK. So participatory budgeting means that residents get to decide how local money is spent. It was previously called Community Assembly, so you might be familiar with that. So in this cycle that we're moving into, 2025 to 2027, we have £1.6 million of funding to give to resident-led projects, as well as voluntary community and faith sector-led projects. So the funding comes from developers, which is really important to know. This is not sort of core central Newham funding. This is what funding that the council get from developers, and it has to be spent in a very specific way. And one of those things is that residents get to decide how the money's spent, and the council's decided that this mechanism of People Power Places, thank you to whoever's enabled captions. Yeah, People Power Places is a way that residents can decide how funding is spent. So this programme has been running since 2018, and we have funded over 300 projects, which is amazing. In the last cycle, so we run it on a 2-year cycle, so 2023 to 2025, we funded 140 projects and reached over 50,000 engagements. So what I mean by engagements is that residents have been involved in the projects, but we don't capture if a resident's been to one project or multiple projects, so we call them engagements. So it's incredible the amount of people who have been able to be involved in projects, and yeah, we're really proud of that. So next slide, please. So what is participatory budgeting and how does it work? So as I mentioned, It means that residents decide on how local funds are spent. I don't really like these pictures. So we started off with Councillor McLean, who's the lead councillor for this programme, launching the event. We then have launching the programme. We then have events where residents get to decide their local priorities. Projects then apply for funding, and then residents vote. So that voting box, and then we get amazing projects like this one, which is in Stratford, Abbey Woods Hub. So yeah, residents vote for their top 10 projects, and those with the most projects receive the funding. And in the last cycle, 10,000 residents voted for projects. Maybe some of you here might have voted, but yeah, it's incredible. And just to say, participatory budgeting started in Brazil in 1989 as a way to get residents more involved in how local money was spent. And I've put there are hundreds, but I'm sure there are thousands of programs like this across the world. We've been in contact with quite a few from Madrid, Helsinki, Budapest. We try very hard to get in touch with the one in New York, but they're too busy for us. But yeah, it's a well-versed program and a way of getting residents more involved in local decision making around money. So next slide, please. So a bit more about like the detail of it. So you may or may not be aware, but as a council, we've split Newham into 8 neighbourhoods. So we have, maybe we can do a wave. Wave if you're from Stratford, West Ham, Olympic Park area. Yeah, we've got Georgine over there and John, hello. We've got Manor Park.
Play
Hello.
Store also, yeah.
Oh, pardon?
Play Store also, yeah.
Oh, I haven't got there yet. Give way if you're from, yeah, Manor Park, East Ham, Marsha, hello. Where else have we got? Plaistow, Green Street. Ah, hello, Plaistow. Castom House, Canning Town area. Hello, yes, we got 2 from there. Oh, 3. And Beckton and Royal Docks. Cool. So those are the 8 neighbourhoods, and each neighbourhood has £200,000 of funding to spend on improving the area between June, when we launch, to May, when this cycle of the programme finishes. So yeah, we have community events that are organised over the 2 years. So the first ones will be in the end of June and July. All about coming up with ideas, choosing local priorities. We'll also have an event to follow. Well, for the big vote, we have lots of events for that. We have events for projects that got the funding to show what they've been up to. And then we have a final event to celebrate the change. So we have lots going on. Local residents and organisation can apply for a share of the funding with a project proposal that meets the local priorities. So residents can apply for up to £5,000 and organisations can apply for up to £20,000. And residents or anyone who lives, works or learns in the borough can vote for their top 10 favourite projects. So that's how it works. Oh, we've got a few Beckton people in the chat. Great to see you all. So next slide. Okay, so just a quick summary of what's going to happen over the next 2 years. So in June the 3rd, we'll be launching the next cycle of People, Power, Places at East Ham Town Hall. We will have our events between June, July, as I mentioned. Applications for projects will be open from July to September. The voting will take place in November because you have to go away and score all the projects. And then the successful projects will have a year to deliver, and then we will celebrate. So that's what the next 2 years looks like, very simply, but there's lots more that goes into it than that. So yeah, next slide, please. So I'm going to hand over to Kulsuma now.
Okay, so hello again, everyone. So what is the working group? So each community neighborhood has a working group. The working group is made up of local residents, councillors, council officers, and local stakeholders. We all work together to improve the quality of the life of a community neighborhood area. What working groups actually do. So you will be you will like ambassadors for the program. So you'll be promoting the program, and you'll be also supporting with shortlisting the projects. So when you're shortlisting, you'll be doing a lot of scoring, and don't worry, you will receive training for all of that. So we're not going to just chuck you in the deep end. So you will receive training for that. You will also be presenting at community events. Again, that's optional. However, it's widely encouraged so that you do present and speak at the events. You'll be monitoring the projects as well. So I think you'll be monitoring a maximum of 3 projects, which you get to choose. And then you'll be attending the meetings, and the meetings will take place every 6 to 8 weeks. And then you will also be able to meet new people, hopefully, through this process as well. Working group meetings are recorded in an open and transparent way, and minutes of each meeting are uploaded to the NEOM Co-Create platform. And we will explain, if you're not familiar with the NEOM Co-Create website, you will start getting familiarizing with that is where everything happens with regards to People Power Places. So our events, our projects, our working group meeting, everything is uploaded onto this website. Okay. Any questions so far? If I'm speaking too fast, please tell me, because I get told a lot I speak too fast. So, right. So who can be a working group member? Anybody who lives, works, or studies in the community neighborhood can apply, including existing working group members. You must be 18 years old and over to apply. You don't need any experience or knowledge of People Power Places, so you can just, so it's fine, you can apply. The working group also includes, like we said previously, council officers, local councillors and elected cabinet members, local stakeholders by invitation, and any expert or advisors that the working group agrees to invite. So sometimes you might want to invite a specific person from a specific service, so we will try and accommodate that. You have to declare conflicts of interest. So if you're a working group member that's associated with an organization that's going to apply for the People Power Places funding, then you are not allowed to be a working group member, or you have to declare the conflict of interest, okay? And also, if you are related to someone applying for the People Power Places program, funding, sorry, then you have to also declare that. And you probably won't be able to apply. And then also, if you're not applying for the funding, then working group members yourselves are not allowed to sort of apply for the funding. So you've got to choose either. So you apply for the funding or you apply to become a working group member. Okay. We highly encourage new residents and people from marginalized backgrounds to apply to bring fresh perspectives to the working groups. Any questions on this so far? Quite clear? Okay. Of course, I've got all the wordy slides. Role and responsibilities. Working group members play a vital role to ensure that People Power Places have a positive impact in the community neighborhood. Okay. I won't go through it all, but I'm just going to highlight what the main one responsibility is going to be. So confidentiality and integrity is definitely one of them, and we expect a high standard of that. When given any instructions, please follow them precisely. And collaboration work, we encourage that a lot. We encourage you to work in collaboration with local residents, officers, councillors, stakeholders, and organisations as well, faith groups, and also you are going to be involved in a very important part of the process where you'll be your roles will be shortlisting, monitoring, and promoting the whole project, the program. So it's very important that you stay involved in all those aspects of the program, and also be committed by attending the meetings and also our events that will be taking place over the 2-year cycle. And also to share the role of the working group and people power places with residents and local groups. So, because you're part of the local community and we expect you to know and have a huge network of people. So hopefully you'll be able to share that. And also you all have some level of to offer like expert advice and stuff like that regarding the program. So by the time you've been trained and everything, you will become hopefully experts. So you will be able to offer some advice and information to other residents, okay? Any questions on this? Anything you're unsure about, you'd like me to repeat? No? Okay. All right, so how much time do you need to commit? So like we've mentioned, it's a 2-year cycle from May 25 to May 2027. And it kind of depends on how much time you need to commit, but we say a minimum of 4 hours each month. It's like an average, to be honest, but sometimes it might even not be that, okay? Depends what's happening in that month, if you're doing any monitoring visit, how much scoring you're doing, there's an event that month, stuff like that, okay? And yeah, I mean, there will be meetings at the beginning of the cycle. You will be attending community events, but the meetings most likely will be at the beginning and then in the middle and the end. That's kind of how it kind of works. And if there's any like ad hoc meetings that need to be taking place, then we will try and arrange that. There's urgent decisions that need to be made, so we'll have those meetings as well. Your time will be mostly consumed around the scoring time, which is going to be around October. Like I said, don't worry, you will receive training on this and how to score projects. There will be a separate session on that. And we are sort of assuming there will be about 20 minutes per applications. So the more applications, the more of your time you will need to give up for the scoring. After the scoring phase, meetings will be taking place, like I said previously, every 6 to 8 weeks. It might be earlier, it might be later, depending what's happening around the time. And you will undertake at least 3 projects to monitor and visit as well, okay? I think that's me done. Any questions on that before? I am here, I'm not going anywhere, but if you've got any questions, just shout it out.
Sorry, can we save questions to the end?
Okay.
Because I just think there are quite a few coming through the chat, so yeah, plenty of time to ask questions.
All right. Over to you, Sam.
Hello, everyone. Okay, so what support will I receive? So the working group members will receive all the necessary information so that they can make an informed decision, including on how the budget is spent. Training from the community neighbourhood team and previous working group members, such as how to score projects. Support from the community neighbourhood team throughout the cycle, including help to take part, opportunities to volunteer elsewhere in the neighbourhood. A document called the Terms of Reference will be discussed at the first working group meeting. It will be an opportunity for all chosen working group members to decide how they work together, agree on responsibilities and show commitment by signing the document. So within this term of reference, you may even discuss as a neighbourhood how you would like to conduct your meetings, whether you would like them online, whether you would like them in person, whether you would like them both, and the timing. So considering that we know that people have work and a life balance, so we will take into consideration what is the consensus of how you would like your meetings to be done. We will continue to support you. It won't just be within the working group meetings. If you need to come to us directly to ask for further training or tips, we can support you with that. And also including on where it says opportunities to volunteer elsewhere in the neighbourhood. So we will keep you well informed on everything that is happening within the People Powered Places programme. Next slide, please. So will I be compensated for my time? The working group is a voluntary role where you are rewarded for your time. We call this a reward and recognition. This is in line with the London living wage, which is currently at £13.85 per hour. You will need to claim your R&R within 4 weeks of undertaking an activity within your role. You can claim the R&R for up to 2 hours per working group meetings, up to 2 hours of presenting at community events, up to 1.5 hours per monitoring visit, including report writing time, and approximately 20 minutes per application form for scoring. All claims must be made within 4 weeks of the activity. So as this does state, so if we put on a meeting, whether in person or online, you can claim up to 2 hours. If you are invited to present at a community event, for instance, if you are required to share your experience or share your experience of a project, you can be asked to speak at the event. 1.5 of monitoring visits. So when it gets to the stage of when the projects are chosen, you can deliver monitoring visits. We are asking for maximum of 3 monitoring visits and up to 20 minutes per application form for the scoring. So once all the applications have come through, you will be scoring the projects to see how they are set to the priorities that will be chosen and how they will be great for the community. Next slide, please. So experience of being on the working group. I'm just going to read you someone's experience. Laura from Forest Gate. She said, being part of the working group was a great experience. I got to learn a lot more about my neighbourhood and all the fantastic work people do to make Newham a better, more equal place. I learnt skills in project management, teamwork and monitoring and evaluation. I really enjoyed seeing projects come to life and seeing the passion and commitment of the project leads, which made them so successful. I'll definitely recommend getting involved. Jyoti and her team offer lots of support. Jyoti is the area manager for Stratford, West Ham, Forest Gate and Maryland. And lots of support and to make process really straightforward. So that was the quote from Laura, who was a Forest Gate working group member. And we also have some working group members in the meeting today. So I would like to go over to Halima. Halima?
Hi.
Hello,
Evening.
Halima. Could you please
Hiya.
share your experience of being a working group meeting and state which working group you were from, what neighbourhood? Thank you.
Hi. Yeah, just to let you know, my camera's not working. I've tried a few times, so yeah, just has to be this way, I'm afraid. But yeah, I'm Halima from Beckton and Royal Docks working group. I've been a part of the working group, I think 2 cycles, I believe. Yeah, honestly, it's just been such an enjoyable experience. I got to sort of get involved in sort of local ideas and thoughts and inspirations I never knew was happening otherwise. I guess these things sort of feed into your own sort of enjoyment. Hello?
Yeah, we can
Hello?
hear you, Halima.
Sorry,
Hello,
keep going,
Halima.
Halima.
Oh, yeah. I just got to enjoy it, the whole process, because from the beginning, the application process was fairly easy. I mean, you just sort of read the criteria, I guess, and sort of apply it on a personal level. That was again easy for me. Then I got to sort of have these sort of meetings monthly. I think there were a couple. Discuss the sort of projects that were happening. Meet the sort of people who are sort of behind them, talk to them, and share any sort of concerns they would have, or feed it back to the team. Everything, the whole sort of project and the program was such an inspiration that I sort of spoke about it wherever I went, and everyone's like, "What's this PPP?" and what's this? and then I have to go into a whole discussion and then no, you just have to go to the team and ask them if you have specifics, because I just know the sort of generic and the fun stuff. I do the fun stuff, and they do all the written and all the documentation. So if you want any details, you just have to go back to the team. Yeah, that goes to show how much I enjoyed it, because I'm based in Beckton Royal Docks. I guess that's where my passion lies also, because I'm trying to get the Beckton back on the map, and there's so much exciting things happening here. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to the next cycle.
Thank you, Halima. Thank you very much for sharing your experience. I would like to go to Yeva next. Well, I hope they are still here.
Yeah,
Hi, yeah,
oh,
I am. Yeah, right. Technologist. I'm not a big fan with Zoom. Hi, everyone. My name is Yeva, saying hello from Royal Victoria. I have a few slides if that's okay, because I thought it might be easier for some people to look at the screen rather than. I think maybe you have to give me a permission to do so. If not, that's totally fine.
I've just made you co-host, so hopefully that works.
Okay, let's see. If not, just will be fine. Okay, I don't think so. We can do that, to be honest. Let me just try it again. Okay. Can you see that? Not really. Can you see that?
I can just see myself now.
Oh, lovely.
You
Okay,
can
so
see
then
the
I'll
Zoom
stop do
screen
that.
rather than your slide.
It's just
Okay.
showing that the slide is too big to fit on our screens, apparently. But you go ahead.
Oh. Okay, that's fine. No worries. Then I'll stop. I'm not going to share that. I have some pictures included, but that's totally fine. So I thought I'm going to share very briefly today. Why did I get involved? What did I do actually? And my advice for you. So the reasons I got involved. So working from home, I thought it was going to be a dream come true. But that clearly showcased that was really, really far from the reality. And I felt really lonely and isolated, disconnected from the world. So I was looking for something to get involved, but also I could not commit volunteering at that time because I could not be always at the same place at the same time. So People Power Places really gave me a good opportunity because they offered hybrid events or hybrid meetings. So this is really big benefit if you can't be at the place at the time. So they always give you opportunities to get involved in the way you can. I really wanted to be part of something, to know better my neighbors, to know better my community and give something back. And actually, one of the strongest pillars why I joined was my sister recommended, who was a working group member a couple of years ago at Stratford. However, I was not very much involved when she was part of this. But she said, I think something you would like it. And I give it a try. I really liked it. I achieved everything I wanted to achieve. I met new people. It was fantastic. I know my neighbors now. And actually I made friends with projects I was monitor. I even got a Christmas card. So the real relationships were made at that time. So what was the role? So the role was very easy, very good, organized, very well supported by hardworking team behind. So you already hear that you will have to attend a lot of meetings, that you will have to support some projects, score the projects. In my case, we had to score over 50 projects, but you will get really good guidance. It was probably the hardest part, I'm not going to lie to you, because you really need to commit that, because you really want to choose the best projects. But that was really also like kind of, you got a VIP to look at the projects before anyone else can do that. So that was also kind of a tiny of rewards, and you can keep that secret for yourself in the meantime. So I really try to be a big advocate and promote the project through my WhatsApp groups, through community neighborhood, which I'm included, or like when I have a cup of coffee saying, oh, I'm going to that event, would you like to join me? So you can be as creative as you can to promote the initiative. And the team behind really gives you all the posters if you want to put in your street. They will give you that. If you need something digital, they will give you that. My favorite part was a signature, which I'm realized I probably will have to remove soon. So that was a really proud moment for me. So being big advocate on that. I was really, really involved with my project. My project got 20,000 and they had more than one big event or something. They had big litter pigs, they have health walks, they had gardening. So I attended all those, as many as I could events. I brought all my family, I brought my dog. So he became a mascot of the initiative. It was absolutely lovely. Every time there were new people, we had pizzas afterwards, we have chats. So it was not just doing something for the community, but every time you meet someone new, it was absolutely fantastic. I met quite a few other projects and managed to attend some of those events as well. And as today you see me speaking, so I took that opportunity also to share my knowledge, my experience with other people, and inspire to be part of this initiative in just a few highlights. So there's a lot of, I could talk and talk how amazing this project is, and really would recommend anyone, if you have time and capacity, to do so. However, my advice would be really, if you want to be part of this, commit for this, because you only can have the best part of this project if you're really involved. And it's fair on the projects, it's fair on everyone involved, because you are like piece of puzzle. So one puzzle is missing, something is missing. So really think if you can commit and dedicate your time or your skills. Maybe you can't be at the project, but maybe you're very good at Instagram, maybe you're good at promotion. So you always can give something, but be committed to be part of that project. If you have a doubt that you don't know anything, I had those. Don't worry, you have really good people behind you, and if you have any questions, they will come back to you. They will answer any questions. As always, there is no stupid questions. So we all in this together, we all learning. So just go with it and have fun. And there is a lot of personal perks. So for me, it was, as I said, loneliness, isolation. You also get a little bit of reward. For some people is, you meet more people. Depends what you're looking. I think you can fit anything you want. And when I was asking 3 words to describe this project, I said, and I'm still thanking Strong, that it's fun, engaging, and rewarding for me. And so that's my summary. And thank you for being so amazing.
Thank you so much, Eva. That was a really, really insightful experience. Kalsuma, could you please kindly go back to the slides? Next slide, please. Okay, so how can I apply? You can complete the application form on New and Co-Create, which I've just put in the chat. And if you go to New and Co-Create, you will see People Powered Places, which is at the top of the screen. Scroll down and you will get to the part of where it is the working group. Unfortunately, because my screen would not share, I'm not able to show you the website. I'm not sure if Kalsuma,
You have to do it.
you have that?
Mhm. Stop the share.
Okay, so you go to
Sorry to interrupt. Cosima, do you mind just going back to the home page and showing people how to navigate to this page? Or go back, press home, and then, yeah, thank you.
so you can literally type New and Co-Create in Google and it will take you to this page. And then you can either go to People Power Places, which is along the top, or you could click on where it says click on People Power Places. Once you are onto this page, if you scroll down, you will then go to the working group 2025 to 2027. And you can apply on the right hand side where it says apply to be on the working group, or you can scroll down. Sorry, this will lead you to your application form, or you can scroll down and you can download a working group application form, which is in a Word format. And you can also click onto the working group role description, which will give you much more information on the working group. So that is how you can apply. Once you have that, you can either email it over to the CN mailboxes, or you can personally come in and deliver it to the library team, where you can ask for the senior officer, or just ask to please give it to the senior officer. And as long as you have your email address on there, we can then email you to confirm that we have received your application form. Kosuma, if you could just please go back to the slides. Thank you. So what will happen next? Hold on, my computer's frozen. Sorry.
Should I
Hello,
take
can
over?
everyone still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Well, my computer is frozen. It
Okay,
says
I'll
not
take
go
over.
back onto.
Don't worry, technical, that's why we've got each other. So,
Oh,
as
I'm
you know,
back. Sorry, I'm back now.
okay,
Thank you, Anna. So what happens next? So on the 27th of April, the applications for the working group will close. We will score the application forms. We will invite the successful applicants to an informal interview. Do not worry, we would just be speaking with you to understand what you know about the area and why you have applied. And then our first working group meeting will happen in mid-May. Next slide, please. This information here will show all of our community neighbourhoods with the contact numbers, the address, and also the email addresses. But as discussed in the chat, this slides will be shared with you, and you can also find this information online. I believe that is the end of the slides for me.
great. Well, I feel like we've covered loads in like about 45 minutes. So thank you again to Halima and Yeva. That was brilliant to hear from you both. And thank you to Sam and Kosuma for taking us through what working group is and how to apply. And I feel like we've all, between us, been keeping up with the questions in the chat, but the floor is yours. We are here to answer any questions that you may have. Feel free to put your hand up, write in the chat, or come off mute. Go on, Faduma.
Hello, hi there. Nice to meet you all. Thank you
you.
all the information you give us. I live in Canning Town, Custom House, nearly 20 years now. Involved a lot of activities, so I know I used to be in there when was like everyone coming into the library. I applied. What I want to ask now, I applied already and I submitted where it says submit. Do I have to email it differently or just?
No, we've just given multiple ways of
All
applying,
right.
just because we know that people like different things. So yeah,
Yes.
as long as you've submitted it once, that is enough.
All right. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Deborah, yes, we are looking in the chat, so feel free to type your questions in there. Oh, now my phone's ringing. Let's say goodbye to that. Safia, you've written, are we allowed to choose our projects? Is that in regards of monitor which projects you want to monitor? Because yeah, basically it's in discussion with your community neighborhood team. Everyone does it a little bit differently. So I used to be a senior officer before I was in this role, and I asked the group who wanted to monitor which project, and then we sort of divvied it up that way. If that's your question, then yes, you can. Okay, I think that was your question, so great. Yasmin.
Yeah, hi. I just want to ask, I understand for this application, can I ask also, you're doing a youth one as well for younger people. So would it be the same procedure for them as well?
Yeah, so the applications for the Youth Advisory Board is now closed. So we're not accepting any new
Okay.
applications, but their role is more central and more strategic as to like how the program's delivered, whereas the working group role is more connected to the projects and that delivery.
And can I just ask, how do you select? Obviously, you probably get quite a lot of people applying. So what is your kind of, I know you've put a role up there already, but just briefly, can you explain like how you select, or what's your process basically for that?
Yeah, so the process is we've got some criteria. Each application is scored by 2 members of the team in each community neighbourhood. And if you reach a certain threshold, you'll be invited to interview. And again, the interview, as Sam said, it is informal. Don't be put off by the thought of it being an interview. It's an informal one. And just to get to know a bit more about you. You don't need any experience for this role. And so that'll be 2 people again, and 2 people will score that. And again, those with the most, the highest point, so it is sort of a competitive process, will be offered a place on the working group. And as Kulsuma, I think, mentioned, there are 15 places on each working group. I hope that answers your question. I'm gonna go to Jane.
Yeah, good evening all, and thank you for the presentation. It's beautiful. My question, I think I've asked the question before, but I don't think you've had time to answer. I live in Canning Town. Do I have to be a part of Canning Town working group, or I can choose anywhere I want?
We strongly encourage you to be part of the one where you live, work, or study, just because of that connection to the area, the local knowledge, the networks that you have. So yeah, we do encourage that.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. I saw someone else had their hand up and now you've put it down. Was it Neil?
It was Ricky, I think he maybe.
Ricky.
Sorry, it was me. I just wanted to ask, how many people will be recruited in each neighbourhood?
Yeah, so it's 15 in each neighbourhood.
Great, thank you.
I just
don't
wanted
know
to
what
say,
15 times 8 is. I could do that maths for you. Go
I
on,
just
Sam.
wanted to say, if your question was put in the chat but we haven't answered it, please feel free to say it now. Come off of mute.
There was one question, someone asking for advice and tips for a successful application. I thought I could just jump in on that one. If there's any particular personal or professional qualities we're looking for. Hannah, shall I try and answer that one? So basically, I think there aren't any particular skills or qualifications we're particularly looking for, but we just want to see that you're interested and you want to get involved. If you explain your experience of the neighborhood and what interests you in the role, and what kind of what you've done in the past, maybe in terms of involvement within some of the local activities that go on, or if you haven't, then just express how you'd like to get involved and what you could potentially what you can potentially bring in terms of your commitment and your passion. Really, we just want to see passion, we just want to see interest. And I think there's people have a range of different skills, whether it's just through local knowledge, whether it could be through previous experience of working in the area, or anything really. So I think we just want to see some interest, really. Anna, if you want to, or if any of you other guys want to add to that.
It's a really good question, and I echo or stand by a lot of what Dilawar said around passion and commitment. But I think it's also, when recruiting, thinking about the breadth of experience within the group. If you have only been in Newham 6 months, you bring as useful and valid experience as someone who's been in Newham for 20 years. Different ages, different skills. I think, yeah, we're looking for a breadth of it. So really, share with us what you can do, what you're interested in, what you're passionate about, and also what you want to get from it. We don't want to just be taking from you. We want to be giving something to you as well. And, listening to Yeva and Halima, there is so much you can gain from it. And we're really interested in hearing what you want to gain. So, yeah, I think it's not very useful, is it, me saying, we think about it in the round as like everyone together, and you're like, but what can I do? So I think it is just putting your best foot forward and telling us about you and your passion and commitment.
Can I just follow on for that? Basically, you as working group members, you are the eyes and ears of the neighborhood when we cannot be there. So we are really looking for you to have knowledge of the area, or bring in something that we don't know about. As Anna said, whether you're new to the area or you've lived in the area a long time, that there are going to be aspects of this neighborhood that we haven't quite touched on. So we're just looking for your passion and your knowledge of the area, and what you think would really benefit, your neighbors or your community groups.
Suma, do you want to add?
No, you pretty much all three of you covered it pretty much. Yeah, so nothing bad.
I can also just make one more point. I mean, it's all about people, really, guys. So I know you might think about, oh, what could I bring, what experience, but it's also about people, and we want to really raise awareness of this. So there's a lot of people in the borough that don't know about People Bad Places, and a lot of you guys are here today to learn about it because you probably haven't heard about it in the past. So if you share the knowledge, if you raise awareness, that's also something that you can bring, because you guys all know people in the borough. You work with people, and just sharing it, the opportunities, really, that's also something that's really valuable to the program.
I know when you're looking at the slides, it might look a bit daunting. It might look like, oh wow, honestly, you've heard from Yeva and you've heard from Halima. It's actually a really good role, and if I wasn't working for the program, I'd be applying myself.
Wow, testament. Aparna, I could see you putting your hand up, so I'm going to come to you before I forget. You're on mute. Hold on. Can you see? I've asked you to unmute.
In the meantime, can I ask my question?
Yeah,
Go on,
I think
Deborah.
Deborah was next.
Yeah. For someone who's working at the moment, how does this work for them? Meeting and trainings?
Yeah, so everything takes place in the evenings. Obviously we understand that not everyone works a 9 to 5, but yeah, we try and accommodate as much as possible. When during the recruitment phase, we do ask, like, when's your best availability? So we try and go for days that work for the majority, but you can never make 15 people happy, right? But yeah, we do try and do evening meetings, and things can be recorded, passed on, so you have your community neighborhood team to support you to engage as much as possible.
Okay, thank you.
No worries.
And just to also let you know, I did a poll for the last working group, and they were able to submit their availability, and they all came to a unanimous decision when to meet was suitable. But obviously we understand that some people cannot be there, so we do put down within the minutes, and we will share the minutes with you, and the minutes also go onto the New and Co-Create website for transparency of the working group meetings.
Cool, thanks, Sam. Marsha.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I can't hear.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Not me. I can't hear anything.
Oh. I'll try and speak up. I was on one of the first rounds of working groups when it was, what was it called before? The community assemblies. Yeah. So we did the voting and the scoring, but you were talking about doing the monitoring. So it's like 3 monitoring meetings. How does that work? Because I think it's developed since I last did it. So like the last lady, when you're working, how do we work around that? What does that look like?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think each neighborhood does it slightly differently. So when I was a senior officer, you were paired with a project and you would sort of know if the projects were meeting in the day, evening, weekend, so you could try and choose one that aligns with your availability. Um, or like other people do it, other neighborhoods do it differently, where you can choose which one you go to and you can, choose the time of day. Like there are all different types of projects. Some take place, evenings, weekends, daytime. So you would choose the one that works for you and your
Okay.
availability.
Sorry, Anna. This is why we give the flexibility for you to choose, Marsha, as well. Like, from my area, we actually give the flexibility to choose, because I know if there's a project that takes place only in the daytime, and if you're working, then you can't really monitor that project and you can't pay. So we do give that flexibility. So hopefully, we do have projects that take place in evening, weekends, and or any time, like various different times. So hopefully you'll be able to choose one that's convenient for you.
Okay. One more question. Sorry. I volunteer for my local community garden, and that was created through the last PPP. And I recently became a trustee. I'm not aware of us applying for anything through PPP, but should I put that down on my application anyway? Because I don't know what the other trustees want to do. Would that be that would be a conflict, wouldn't it?
And if you put down, like, what you're associated with, if that particular organization ends up applying, at least we would know there's a connection, and then we can stay in touch with you personally. I think that's the best way to do it, because we really don't know if they're going to apply in advance. We never know that.
Yeah.
I don't,
And
I think
also,
some, oh, go on, Sam.
Sorry, I was going to say, not only is it to do with groups, if you are associated with a member of the council as well, please notify us of that. It doesn't necessarily mean that you cannot be on the working group. We just need to have that information.
Okay. Can just, so if because there's like 5 of us trustees, so if one of the trustees wanted to apply for something, would I just say, well, I just have to say, like, I can't vote on this or can't, is that right?
I think we would go one step further and ask you to step down from the working group, just because you would have that insight that other applicants wouldn't have. You'd also be scoring that project, so like it just wouldn't be fair. So I think it would be worth finding out
that's what
if the trustees are planning on applying in this cycle and making a decision from there. We have had it where like working group members join and then they actually decide to apply for funding themselves, so then we do ask them to leave.
Oh, and you just made me think, we had it last year, potentially we might have a reserve list, so if someone does leave the working group and we have like a few other people who are on the reserve, then we can bring them in to join the working group.
Okay. All right. Well, fingers crossed for me, because I really like to join. Okay, thank you.
No worries.
I think Aparna's been waiting.
Yes, Aparna, go for it.
Why is volume go so low now suddenly? I can't hear properly.
It might be your device, Aparna. We can hear clearly. It's probably your device.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Can you turn the volume up? Yeah.
Please tell me, because I'm not very good at technology and everything now. I don't know how to fill the form. Even you explain, but I can't remember everything. Someone help if I come to Menlo Park Library. If I go, someone can help me.
So we had that discussion, Aparna. So if you come and meet me, I will go through the application with you and support you with that.
Okay.
And that goes for anyone. If you do need any support with an application form, please get in touch with your community neighbourhood team. They are based in local libraries and community centres. So yeah, they are available to you. No worries. I saw that Joy had a hand up earlier. I'm just wondering, did we ask?
No, I didn't. I think because Dilawar kind of hinted on where I was going, but I wanted to find out if at the end of the whole 2 years, and I mean, it's a proud moment for individuals to be part of projects. Do you have some kind of certification on something to say, yes, I was part of this community project? I was part of a working group. I don't know. Is there something that someone can say, well, like a shining moment for an individual to say that this is what they were part of? So do you have that?
No, we don't, but we should. So I'm going to take that idea and we will. So
Oh,
thank
fantastic.
you. I think that's like, you've raised a really good point, is that like we are always learning and growing and we always want to improve. So if you ever have an idea like that, like why haven't we thought about that before, that you want to share, we will try our best to make it happen. So yes, please do share your ideas with us as well, because as Sam or Kulsuma said, sorry, I can't remember who said, like, you're our eyes and ears on the ground and you can help us make those changes. I've just got a direct message. I live in Beckton to go to Beckton Library. So Samantha, who's here, if you go to Beckton Library and ask for her, she can help you with your working group application form. But if you need help with any other forms, then the library staff can help you.
Anna, there's a question. Are our transport expenses covered for the project visits from Safia?
I don't think they are, no.
I thought we did.
Yeah, on the form, there's transport, so you can claim.
You're right, there is. Sorry, I've forgotten about that. Listen to Kulsuma and Sam. But if there are any like taxi expenses, for example, you do need to get them approved beforehand. And they do need to be reasonable. Oh, bye, Dilawar. Thanks.
Bye, Dilawar. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. See you soon. Bye.
Are there any more questions?
How's everyone feeling generally? You're a bit more informed, now you can make an informed decision. Will you be applying?
Yes, yes, we will be applying.
The application coming tomorrow morning?
Definitely.
Yeah, applying, yes.
Good.
Great. Oh, we've
I
got a
just
call
wanted
for
to, oh, hello. Guys, I
that.
just wanted to say I came to the meeting really a bit very neutral, and I'm leaving this meeting like really positive. I love the delivery and I think the ethos of the whole affair, which is positivity to community and that connection aspect. It's almost like you can see at the end of it, you're gonna get not just inspired, but I suppose bolstered onto your experience, sort of like your accolade of experiences. It's going to benefit for future endeavors, not just for the community endeavor. So I applaud the whole affair.
Thanks, Danny. You are on the working group. Well, you were on it last cycle, so it's great to have your opinion, your experience. Someone was saying something. Well, I had a. Oh, Benny's put, will you provide ID cards? We don't provide ID cards, but we sort of provide name badges. So yes, it's sort of not as like solid as a name badge, but as an ID card. But yeah, we will be sending something. Everyone's
Hiya.
Hiya, you okay?
Hi. Yeah, today it was my first day, and I am really happy to be part of the group. It was really informative, helpful, and so a lot of things. I will definitely apply. I live in Beckton, so do I need any specific day to fill up the form? Or when I go to Beckton Library, or anytime they are available?
Oh, Sam, do you want to answer that one about when's a good time to come and see you?
You may email me. I can send it to you. Just trying to see. I'll put it in the chat. And this is for my respective area. And you can organize a time to meet me.
Okay, are there any final questions before we wrap up?
I just gonna say I'm gonna be going because my battery is low. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks for joining us, Jeffrey.
Bye.
Okay. We've got one final one final poll that I'm gonna launch before we lose you all. So, do you feel you've got all the information that you needed to apply for the working group? And are you going to be applying? Also, most people feel like they've got all the information they need and are applying to apply, which is great. There are a few people who would like some more information, so I'm happy to stay online and answer, or we'll be sending around all the information and you'll see. Oh, the poll in the chat. Okay, how do I do this? I'll just copy and paste it. So the first question is, do you feel you have all the information you need? And the answers are definitely, would like some more information, unsure, and no. And then, are you going to be applying? Yes, I'm not sure. So that's brilliant. I'm glad that you have all, or 83% of you have responded. So let's call it there. Oh, I can share the results. So yeah, 90% of you have received all the information that you'd like. Most of you are going to be applying, so that's brilliant. You have until the 27th, as we said. Got the long weekend coming up. Maybe you want to put an hour aside to apply. So up to you. So yeah, we will leave it there. Thank you all so much for joining. Another big thank you again to Halima and Yeva. And Yeva, if you want to send the slides over and I can send it round with everything. Nope, okay, that's fine. And yes, thank you so much for joining. And yeah, really looking forward to hopefully working with you soon.
Thank you.
And yeah, if you've got any final questions for those that still wanted a bit
Thank you
more.
so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye.
Good evening.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye,
Danny.
everyone.
Bye.
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 Bye, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, consumer.
Bye.